Hello everyone, how is it going? Hope that all of you are staying at home safely. So students, can you hear me properly? Is the sound clear to all of you?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Still all the students are not present, so we will start after 2 minutes. Please wait for 2 minutes, okay?
Excuse me,
Yes.
ma'am. Kindly, ma'am, previous ক্লাসে যে ফিজিক্যাল ইন্টারপ্রিটেশন যেগুলো থাকে না ম্যাম ব্যাটার লাস্টে এই আইবিপি অর বিবিপি এর
Oh, I see.
বাউন্ডারি ভ্যালু
Yes.
প্রবলেম ম্যাথ গুলো যে গ্রাফিক্যাল সলিউশন আর যে ফিজিক্যাল ইন্টারপ্রিটেশন থাকে ম্যাম লাস্টে একটু আরেকবার একটু বুঝাই দিন
In that case, you have to solve it by any numerical methods. I don't know, have you completed the course numerical methods? You have to solve or you have to pick a appropriate numerical methods such like finite difference, finite element. If you solve it by using any software such like MATLAB, Fortran, then you will get a set of solution, and after using that solution, you will be able to draw a curve of that problem. Okay, and by seeing the graphical representation by using different types of softwares as like MATLAB, Takplot, or Fortran, you will be able to know or see the characteristics of your problem. Okay. So have you completed the course, any type of numerical methods?
No, ma'am.
No, ma'am.
So in that case, you cannot solve it by using numerical methods, by using different types of software as like MATLAB, Fortran, stuff like this. But have you completed this, then you can solve it by using finite difference or finite element method or any types of suitable method. And when you solve it by using software, then you will get a list of solution. And using that solution, you will be able to draw a curve automatically by using your software. Okay. And after seeing that graph, you will be able to know the characteristics of your problem, where the temperature is what. Okay. Have you get my point?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Okay, already 5 minutes over, so I think we should start from now. And today I will discuss one problem which I gave in your class materials as your exercise part. Okay, as your exercise part. But here, in order to solve this problem, you have to use an extra technique for solving linear differential equation. Here, there is a different calculation from our previous maths. That's why today I will solve this maths, and this is included in your class materials as your exercise part. Okay. And the one thing is that I provided.
Excuse me, ma'am.
Yes.
আপনি বলেছিলেন যে এক্সারসাইজের ম্যাথগুলোর সলিউশনটা
I
দিবেন।
already provided it in your Google Classroom into PDF file. Okay. And thank you for your cooperation and to remember me.
অনেকগুলো দিছেন।
Sorry.
ম্যাডাম অনেকগুলো দিছেন আর কি।
Yes. I just gave them as you can practice from there. Okay. Because as far as I know, my reference book, that means Fourier analysis from Shamsari's outline course, and it included difficult and critical types of problems. But I think if you practice from my provided PDF file, then it will be easier for you. That's why. Okay. So please practice those maths which I provided in the Google Classroom from this topic. And I pick a problem from there, and here there is a different calculation. That's why I pick this problem. Okay. One
Yes,
thing
ma'am.
is that, have you completed the course OD and PD? That means differential equation.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes. Okay. So I think you have known that linear differential equation of first order. I just write down it sounds like this: plus n square u is equal n 1 minus 3 cos n pi. Okay. Suppose this is a problem, and here this is a constant term, right? Here n into 1 minus 3 cos n pi. This is a constant term. Here n square is also constant, and the variable is u, and here it is du by dt. And here it is du by dt means the first order differentiation, right? This is the first order differentiation, and here the power of u in both term, it is 1. That's why it is known as linear equation, linear differential equation of first order. Such type of problem are known as linear differential equation of first order. And from there, we have to solve it, or we have to find the values of u. That is the variable of our today's problem. Okay. You have to solve this, or you have to find the values of u from this linear differential equation of first order. Have you learned any way in your OD and PD course how can you solve the solution of a linear differential equation of first order? Have you known about the integrating factor, IF? Okay. So such type of problems can be solved by using integrating factor, and in this our today's considered problem, you have to solve such type of linear differential equation of first order. So at first we will learn how can we solve linear differential equation of first order by using integrating factor, and after that we will go for the solution of our today's picked problem. Okay. So here on the right side, it is your constant term, this is your constant term, and your main variable is u. And for finding the solution of such type of linear differential equation of first order, at first we have to consider an integrating factor. Here IF means integrating factor. Okay. I dot F means integrating factor, and the procedure is e to the power integration and your variable, constant of your variable. Okay. Here the constant of your variable u, n square u. So we will consider this constant, that is n square. So it will be n square, and you have to integrate with respect to dt. Okay. You have to integrate this with respect to dt. That's the procedure for finding integrating factor. You have to consider the constant with the term u and integrate it with respect to the variable t. So what is the result for integrating factor? It is e to the power n square t. Okay. Is there any problem? How can we find the integrating factor? Suppose here if it is as like a square u, then it will be a square dt, and here it will be a square t. Okay. And when it is n square, then it will be n square dt into n square t. This is our integrating factor. Now the second procedure, second step of this procedure is to multiplying both sides with this integrating factor. Okay, we will multiply both sides of this equation by this integrating factor. Do you know why we are solving this linear differential equation of first order? What is the reason why we are solving such type of problems here? Because in our pitch problem, you have to face such type of problem and you have to solve it. That's why at first we will show the solution of this linear differential equation of first order, and after that we will go for the solution of our today's problem. Okay. So now multiplying both sides by the integrating factor of this equation, where the right side is constant. So it will be e to the power n square t du by dt plus n square u into e to the power n square t is equal n into 1 minus 3 cos n pi into e to the power n square t. Is there any problem to understand up to this part, anyone? Anyone, any problem? Okay. Now, what is the UV formula for differentiation? Can anyone say? What is the UV formula of differentiation?
U ddx of
dv
v
by
plus
dt
d
plus
dx of v.
d by dt UV will be u dv by
d
dt
dx of v
plus v du by dt. Now, if you consider e to the power n square into u, here if you consider u into e to the power n square t, then the result will be u differentiation of v, right? So the differentiation of these with respect to t will be u n square e to the power n square t, right? Plus v e to the power n square t into du by dt. So this part and this part are similar, right? This part and this part are similar. So we can write down this in the place of this. This one and this one are similar. So we can write down this in the place of this. It will be d by dt u e to the power n square t. Okay. d by dt u e to the power n square t. And on the right side it is n 1 minus 3 cos n pi e to the power n square t. Okay. Now we will integrate both sides of this equation. What is this? We will integrate both sides of this equation. So after integration, integrating both sides of this equation. So what will happen if you integrate this equation on both sides with respect to t? Suppose d by dt u square. And if you integrate it with respect to t, then the result will be what? Can anyone say?
u square.
It will be only u square, right? So here d by dt into u e to the power n square t. If I integrate these with respect to t, then what will be the result? Only u into e to the power n square t. Okay. So if you integrate this part left side with respect to t, the result will be only u e to the power n square t. So u e to the power n square t is equal, on the right side it will be n 1 minus 3 cos n pi. This is a constant part. Here n into 1 minus 3 cos n pi is a constant part. and you have to integrate e to the power n square t with respect to t. So the result will be e to the power n square t divided by n square. This is the integration of the right side with respect to t. Okay, and you have to add a extra term, that means constant, arbitrary constant, that is n. Okay, so is there any problem to understand the integration, anyone? If anyone have any problem to understand this integration, then you may ask.
Or integration UV dt type of one.
Okay, basically, suppose the differentiation of x square is, what is the differentiation, the result for x square is
2x.
x, right? This is the differentiation. Now, what is the integration of 2x? It is x square, right? It is 2 into x square divided by 2. That means 2 to cancel with each other, and the result will be x square. So, if d by dt u e to the power n square t, that means the differentiation of this part. Okay, that means the differentiation of this part. So, if you differentiate this, you will get a term. And if you again integrate this, you will get this original term. What is this? Differentiation of this term. And after differentiation, you will get one term. So after differentiation, you will get this term, and the integration of this term will give you the original term. Here, this is the original term x square, and the differentiation is 2x. And the integration of 2x is the original term x square. Okay, so in the process of calculation, if you find that d by dt is something, then after integration, you will get the original term again. And this is the procedure. At first, you have to differentiate it, and after differentiation, you get a result. And if you integrate it again, you will get the previous or first term repeatedly. Okay, now is it okay? How can we get the result u e to the power n square t? When you find that the differentiation of any term, so if you integrate that term, you will get the original one. Such like d by dx of x square. Okay, d by dx of x square. What will be the result after integration? D by dx of x square. That means 2x. Now, if you take the integration of this part, you will get the x square again, right? So, in this procedure, this is the differentiation of this term. So, if you integrate this, you will get the original term again. Now, is it clear?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Okay, so divide both sides by e to the power n square t. Divide both sides by e to the power n square t. So after division by e to the power n square t, on the left side we will get only u. If you divide this term by e to the power n square t, we will get this term. And here we'll get n into 1 minus 3 cos n pi. Here these and will cancel, n square will cancel each other, and we'll get only 1 by n, right? And if you divide this term by e to the power n square t, then the e to the power n square t will be vanished. And for the rest part, it will be e to the power n square t, a divided by e to the power n square t. So u is equal 1 minus 3 cos n pi divided by n plus a into e to the power minus n square t, right? A into e to the power minus n square t. So that's the solution. That is the solution of your linear differential equation of first order. And in this procedure, we can find the solution u of our considered linear differential equation of first order. And we use this result in our today's considered problem. Okay, so that is the solution of our considered linear differential equation of first order, and we will use this result to our given boundary value problem. Okay, so
Yes, ma'am.
now we will go for the solution of our picked problem. The procedure of finding the solution of the initial boundary value problem is as similar as our previous classes, okay? So this is our given equation and consider this equation as equation number 1. Now the next step is to take the Fourier sine transformation on both sides of equation number 1, that is as similar as our previous problem, okay? This is our given partial differential equation, and now we will take finite Fourier sine transformations on the both sides of 1. Here your limit of x is 0 less than x less than pi, right? Limit is 0 less than x less than pi. That's why we are using finite Fourier sine transformation. But when it is given 0 less than x less than infinity, for such type of problem, you have to use the formula of infinite Fourier sine transformation, okay? Here in our problem, the range is given 0 less than x less than pi. That means it is a finite range. That's why we will use finite Fourier sine transformations on the both sides of our equation number 1. But your limit is such like x is greater than 0. When it is given that x is greater than 0, that means your limit is unbounded. It is from 0 to infinity. So such type of problem, you have to consider finite Fourier cosine transformation, okay? Okay, this is our given partial differential equations. Now we will solve this problem by taking finite Fourier sine transformations on both sides. So can anyone say what is the solution formula for finite Fourier sine transformation? It is 0 to L, and here L is pi. Upper limit is pi. 0 to L f of x, and here L means pi f of x. F of x means this, del u by del t into sine n pi nx into gx. Sine n pi x by L. And here L is pi, right? Here for this problem, L is pi. So this pi and this pi will cancel each other, and the result will be only sine nx. The result is sine nx into dx. So do the same thing on the right side. 0 to L, that means 0 to pi f of x, which is del square u by del x square. So del square u by del x square into sine n pi x. Sine n pi x divided by L, and here L is also pi. These two pi will cancel each other. The result will be sine nx. Sine nx into dx. Okay? And consider this equation as equation number 2. So this is our equation number 1, and consider this equation as equation number 2. Now we will consider u is equal u n comma t is equal 0 to pi u x comma t sine nx into dx. As like your previous problem, right? In our previous problem, we have considered u is equal u n comma t 0 to pi or 0 to L u into sine term into dx. So if you take the first differentiation with respect to t of u, what is this? Take the first differentiation of u with respect to t, it will be du by dt. And on the right side, it will be 0 to pi del u by del t sine nx dx. Can anyone say why we are write down it del u by del t instead of du by dt? Why we are writing this del u by del t instead of du by dt? Yes?
partial differential করতে হবে কারণ n আর t দুইটা ভেরিয়েবল
Yes, thank you for your answer. Here our considered function u is a function of two variable, and when your function is a function of more than one variable, then you have to differentiate it partially. That's why. So this is, now consider equation 2. From equation 2. From equation 2. What is equation 2? Now use this result in equation 2, and probably on the left side of equation 2 is this, right? Okay, I'm writing down equation 2 again. From equation 2, the equation 2 is del u by del t sine nx dx is equal integration 0 to pi del square u by del x square sine nx dx, right? This is our equation number 2. Now we will use this result. Du by dt is equal this in equation number 2. Here this part is equal same to this one, 0 to pi del u by del t sin nx dx and nx dx. So in this place we can write down du by dt, right? So we can write down du by dt is equal integration 0 to pi del square u by del x square into sin nx into dx. Okay, and consider this equation as equation number 3. And now we will integrate this equation. Now we will integrate this part by using UV formula, or the same thing is integrating by parts. Integrating by parts and using UV formula, these two are same thing. So in equation 3, there is an improper integral, and we solve this improper integral by using UV formula or by using integrating by parts. So on the left side, du by dt, and on the right side this. So if you want to use the UV formula for the right part of equation 3, then which one will be v and which one will be u? Here del square u by del x square, this part will be your u or v. Del square u by del x square, it will be your v, and sin nx, it will be your u. So now you will complete this improper integral by using, sorry, this is not improper integral, since here the limit is 0 to pi, then it will be proper integral, okay? Proper integral by using UV formula, and the result will be u integration of v, that means sin nx integration of v del u by del x. The limit is from 0 to pi minus differentiation of u in cos nx into del u by del x, and the whole differentiation with respect to x, 0 to pi. So if you use upper and lower limit, for upper limit it will be sin n pi, and for lower limit it will be sin 0, right? For upper limit, from here we get sin n pi, and for lower limit it will be sin 0. And sin n pi and sin 0 both are 0. That's why the whole term will be 0. Okay. So the whole term is 0 minus n integration 0 to pi del u by del x into cos nx dx. Now you have to integrate these again, okay? You have to integrate these again in, so cos nx into ux comma t. After integration del u by del x, it will be only u, and u is a function of x comma t, okay? So this is the first part, upper and lower limit. There is a negative sign, so it will be negative, negative, positive, and from here n into minus n sin nx into ux comma t dx, and the whole integration from 0 to pi. So after using UV formula for this part, the result will be this. And in a similar way, minus n, use the upper and lower limit, okay? Use the upper and lower limit. So from here, after using upper limit, it will be cos n pi into u pi comma t. And for lower limit, it will be minus cos 0 into pi 0 comma t, okay? So we obtained this, And from this part, we'll get minus n square 0 to pi ux comma t ux comma t into sine nx into dx, right? And here 0 to pi ux comma t sine nx dx. This is similar to our considered u, right? This is similar to our considered u. Please have a look at the previous page. We have considered u is equal this. So we can write down u in the place of this part. Okay. And dt is equal minus n. Now we need the values of u pi comma t. What is the values for u pi comma t? It is 3. It is given in your equation. U pi comma t, it is given in your equation, right? So set here 3. It will be cos n pi into 3 minus cos 0 means 1. Sorry, it will be u 0 comma t. Here it will be u 0 comma t, and the result for u u 0 comma t is given in your problem, right? U 0 comma t is equal 1. So use the result here. Cos 0 is equal 1 and u 0 comma t is also 1. It is given in your problem, and the second term will be only 1. Okay, minus n square, and it is similar to this part is similar our considered u. We have considered u is equal u n comma t is equal this. So in this place we can write down only u. Right? Now for this part, take a negative sign from here, and it can be written n into 1 minus 3 cos n pi. Here we have already a negative sign, and if we take a negative sign from here, these two negative signs will cancel each other, and we will obtain n into 1 minus 3 cos n pi, and from here it is only n square u. Now take this part n square u to the left side, and it will be du by dt plus n square u, and on the right side it is n into 1 minus 3 cos n pi, right? So can you remember which type of equation is this? Anyone?
Linear differential equation.
Which is a linear differential
Equation of first degree.
here equation of first
First
degree,
degree.
right? First order and degree, something like this. And now you have to solve this, which we have completed at our initial stage of our today's lecture, right? Now you have to solve this equation, which we have completed at the initial stage of our today's lecture. Okay, you have included that solution here. You have included that solution here. So can anyone help me to write down the result after the finding solution of this linear differential equation of first order, which we have completed at first of our today's lecture? Can anyone help me? What is the solution? It is u is equal okay, it is u is equal 1 minus 3 cos n pi divided by n plus a e to the power minus n square t, right? We have completed that calculations to find the solution of this linear differential equation of first order at our initial stage of our today's lecture, and the solution is this: u is equal 1 minus 3 cos n pi divided by n plus a into e to the power minus n square t. And here this u means u is a function of n comma t, so u n comma t is equal this 1 minus 3 cos n pi divided by n plus a into e to the power minus n square t. Okay. So consider this equation as equation number 4. Consider this equation. Is there any problem to understand this part? How can we solve this problem? If have, then you may ask. Okay. This is our equation number 4. Yes.
t is equal to 0 consider करते हैं.
Yes. Now we will consider the initial part. That means when t is equal 0. Initial means your time t is equal 0. Then from this it will be u n comma 0 1 minus 3 cos n pi divided by n plus a into e to the power 0, right? A into e to the power 0, and from here we can see that e to the power 0 is equal 1. So it will be u n comma 0 1 minus 3 cos n pi divided by n plus a, and consider this equation as equation number 5. Now you have to find the values of u n comma 0. What is this? At first you have to find the values of u n comma 0, and using u n comma 0 you will be able to find the value of a. What is this? In the next step you have to find the values of u n comma 0, and after using that value from this equation you will get the result for a. After obtaining the result of a, you will set that value in equation 4, the values of a. If you set the result of a in equation 4, you will get the result for u n comma t. So that's the procedure. At first we will find u n comma 0. Using the values of u n comma 0, we will find a, right? And after using the values of a, here you will get the result for u n comma t. Okay. So our first way is to find the u n comma 0. Okay. Initially, we have considered u is equal u n comma t is equal this, and from here we will find u n comma 0. So what will be result for u n comma 0? T will be 0. 0 to pi u x comma 0. T will be 0 into sine nx dx. Can anyone say what is the result of u n comma 0? It is given in your given problem. The values of u n comma 0 is given in your given quotient, and it is 2. Okay, it is 2. So it will be 0 to pi 2 sine nx dx. So the integration will be 2 minus cos n pi nx divided by n, 0 to pi. So it will be minus 2 by n cos n pi minus cos 0. That means minus 2 by n cos n pi minus 1. So it can be written 2 by n 1 minus cos n pi. Okay. So we get the result for u n comma 0. Yes.
Second line take to the bottom.
This line.
Yes.
Okay. Here the first line is after this is our consideration. We have considered this line initially u is equal this. And here we say t is equal 0. If you say t is equal 0, then it will be u. If you say t is equal 0, then it will be u n comma 0. From here it will be u x comma 0 and sine nx dx. And u x comma 0. Now you need the result for u x comma 0. And have a look at your given portion. It is given. It is your initial condition which is given. In your given equation, it is given u x comma 0 is equal to, it is given in your problem. Okay, this is the initial condition. This is the initial condition and it is given in your problem. That's why directly we can use 2 in the place of u x comma 0 sine nx dx. Now is it clear?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so we get the result for un comma 0. Now put this result in equation 4 to obtain the result of a. What is this? un comma 0. Un comma 0 is equal this. Now put this result in equation 4 to obtain the values of a. So what is equation 4? Sorry, not equation 4. From equation 5. What is equation 5? From 5. Can anyone say what is equation 5?
1 minus 3 cos n pi.
Okay, let me write down. In equation 5, it is probably un comma 0 is equal 1 minus 3 cos n pi divided by n plus a, right? This is equation 5. Now we will use the result of un comma 0 here, and it will be 2 by n 1 minus cos n pi. We have derived this result un comma is equal this. So set this result here, 1 minus 3 cos n pi divided by n plus n. And from here, we will find the values of a, okay? From this line, we will find the values of a. So a will be 2 by n, 1 minus cos n pi minus 1 minus 3 cos n pi divided by n. Now you have to simplify this, okay? After simplification, the result will be simplify this. That means you have to complete this calculation for addition and subtraction like this. So after simplification, the result will be 1 by n, 1 plus cos n pi. So we obtain the result for a. Now you have to use this result of a in equation number what? In equation 4. Putting this value in equation 4. Now the question is, what is equation 4? Your equation 4 is un comma t is equal 1 minus 3 cos
n pi
by n plus
n
a
is
e to the power minus n square t, right? This is your
That's right,
equation
yeah.
number 4. Now we will use this result a is equal this in here. So use the result a is equal this in this place. And it will be 1 by n, 1 plus cos n pi into e to the power minus n square t. Okay. So finally, we obtained the result for un comma t, and we are at the last stage of our problem. That means now we will use the inverse Fourier sine transformation, and after using that formula, we will get the solution of this given problem. This problem is quite handy, right? So now we will use the inverse finite Fourier sine transformation. Taking inverse Fourier sine transformation. Transform. What is the result? U x comma t is equal probably 2 by pi 2 by n. Summation of infinity n is equal 1 u n comma t sine nx, right? This is our inverse finite Fourier sine transformation. Okay, this is our inverse finite Fourier sine transformation, and the result of L for this problem is pi. Okay, so it will be 2 by pi. This is equal this, and now use the values of un comma t. We have find un comma t is equal this. Okay, so use this result of un comma t in this equation. It will be summation infinity n is equal 1. So 1 minus 3 cos n pi divided by n plus 1 by n, 1 plus cos n pi into e to the power minus n square t. This is your un comma t into sine nx. This can be rewrite as 2 by pi summation infinity n is equal 1 minus 3 cos n pi divided by n into sine nx plus summation of 2 by pi infinity n is equal 1. Consider this term 1 by n, 1 plus cos n pi e to the power minus n square t into sine nx. So this is our considered solution of your given problem. I know it's quite lengthy. Okay, students, for today, that's all. We have completed our today's picked problem, and here the calculation is quite different if you make a comparison with your previous problem. Okay, and in my lecture materials, there is another problem. There is another problem which is as similar as this. Okay, you have to complete it, or you have to solve your linear differential equation by using integrating factor. Here in the class materials, there is another problem as like this one. Okay. Okay. So anyone, any problem? If you have any problem, then you may ask. Otherwise, we will stop our today's lecture. And one thing is that probably in our next class, we will solve another problem. And from our next week, we will start another topic, that is Laplace transform. Okay.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So if you have any problem regarding this maths, then you may ask. Otherwise, we'll stop here. And I think all of you have written your ID number. So thank you, everyone. Take care. Allah Hafiz.
Assalamu alaikum.
Alaikum salam.